Okay, we're live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Half-Ass Show here on Magic Ninja Robot, the weekly show where we get together and just old people talk about old things. Apparently,
that was the that was the theme of this week. Jesus, I don't know why.
sure as hell felt like that.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Coming up tonight, we have our opinions on something that came out this week.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of game trailers and movie trailers, and
Yeah.
let's see here. Todd McFarlane did stupid things, so nothing out of the ordinary there.
Yeah. I feel like every week we get angry at robots more. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a recurrent thing as of lately. So
it happens.
yeah.
So, sorry if we have not been too busy on the streams this week. It's just, life happens every so often.
Yeah, I had a lot of work and side work, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
So I'm probably next week is gonna go to normal. I say this.
I'm not even going to say anything because it's like every time I think I can finally do something, something else blows up at work and I have to wind up fixing it. So I'm just going to shut the hell up.
On my end, it's just been I've been tired. That's all. And the time that I have for sitting in my computer has been for work. So, which is good. I'm not complaining. It's great. But it's like, oh, all right, I do that or I do this, and I didn't know if when I was drawing, like what I was doing for the commissions, I didn't know if it was okay to stream, so I just left it at that. Does that make sense?
That does.
Yeah, I was being respectful. That's the word. That's the word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you.
Oh my god.
Let's see here. Let's take care of some house business here right now at the top.
Please go ahead.
As always, friend of the show and pretty much designated all-person editor Rockagoth. Her basement streams or basement podcast is still going.
Okay.
I did not see who it was this week because I haven't really been on Discord that much, other than to say hello to people.
Mm-hmm.
But every Friday, new episode for a while, so go check it out if you haven't checked it out yet.
What season is this of hers?
This is the third season.
Oh, wow. Wow, third season. Jesus Christ. Wow. Cool beans.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah. Always interesting. Always good conversations. Just I haven't had a chance to listen to this one's podcast yet, so.
Yeah.
Okay, also, as Lily mentioned, she is open for commissions. So if you guys like the art you see here and everything going on, consider giving her a buzz for commissions. Very cheap rates.
Very cheap.
Low prices.
Low. So low, they get to Satan. The lack of sleeping is helping with this.
Yeah. Yeah. You can get in contact with us on socials for Magic Ninja Robots. So if you guys want to get something from her, you can inbox us here, or you can check our link tree for that stuff.
Please.
All kinds of stuff.
Most of the stuff is on Twitter, but most people come and show up on Discord for some reason. So share the Discord and you'll find me there definitely. So
Discord should be on the socials, but just in case.
Just.
There's that also.
There you go. So I'm so easy, it's not even funny.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Alright, so with that in mind, Illy, what have you been up to this week aside from working on commissions and all that?
I've been watching the X-Men movies. I wonder why. Brendan,
we'll get to that a little bit.
You wonder why? Yeah, I've been doing.
Because you're obsessed with Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, I don't know why he suddenly came back to me. It's like, oh, where were you all my life? Oh yeah, in the rack where all my movies sit. I guess there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen of him, but like there was at some point before I moved to the United States, he got like a really bad gap of bad movies, and now I can't go to the new stuff for some fucking reason. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, like he did like a thing about crimes, and it sounded really good, but in when I started seeing, it's like, well, this is shit. Oh well, I like him as Magneto. It's just what it is. Honest to God thing. But pretty much that. I've been I finally finished. Like I say this every week, but this is the official. I finished the story.
Until next week.
I'm gonna send it to Rockagoth tomorrow, so it's officially stopped. It's like I'm just.
And then you can move on with your life after 10 years.
I can move on. was my last after 13 years. So yeah, that's the thing. I finally gave it closure, and like I was saying, it's like I just wanted to give them a nice closure, not a shitty closure. So
Hmm.
that's what I've been doing this week besides work, but I'm doing okay. I mean,
Yeah,
side whatever. And what have you been
makes sense.
doing,
Yeah.
Brandon?
Uh, Not really that much, unfortunately. When I was able to get down and do some stuff, we played Contra earlier in the week on the Sunday stream.
Yeah, I forgot that we did that. That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We might actually tomorrow we might actually finish it up. I don't think we have much more to finish, but we can mess around in arcade mode if nothing else after that.
Okay, sounds like a
Yeah,
plan.
yeah. Other than that, just been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and it's like I get why people. This is why I've concluded I can't play a Yakuza game
Why?
because all the mini games. It's like every
Oh,
place I go, there's another mini game. Like, so for context, I finished the beach area, the Casa del Sol or whatever, or Casa del Sol, whatever
you
the hell it's
you
called.
did the date thing,
Which date thing?
the one in the I want to say the Ferris wheel.
No,
Oh, okay.
that's the gold saucer. I'm there now.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
But
Like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
but here's the thing. So you do the thing on there is a beachfront place where they can do that's the bikini episode, if you will.
The beach episode, like
Yeah,
they
the beach
call
episode. Yeah. So
it.
you do that, and you have to chase around and do all these stupid, silly mini games. Okay.
Right.
And then you get through, you do the Cosmo Canyon thing, which was kind of fun. It was a nice change of pace. You know, you can actually do things.
Okay.
Then you get to Barrett's town, like where
Oh,
he
yeah,
grew
I
up.
saw that a bit of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it is like the most literal, briefest of brief character developments, for
Huh.
better or worse. And
Oh.
then you're at the Gold Saucer, more mini games.
Oh. Woozah.
Yeah, and it's like, really, we're doing this. I just literally left a mini game of Palooza. Now I'm doing this. So if there's one complaint I have about this game, it's like the gameplay is solid. Like not the mini games. I'm talking like the actual gameplay. Hey, Otto, welcome in. Haven't seen you in a bit.
Oh, holy shit! Hey, gentlemen. Look, that's a strange catch.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's a good game on. It's like, I mean, I never played. Again, I haven't played the original on PlayStation, and I'm sure in the middle there were a bunch of like little mini games here and there. But
Okay.
it's like you didn't need to pad it this much, guys. Like I get, we all kind of know where you go with things, and
Right.
we know you're changing things, but it's like you're padding this way too much. It feels like.
That's what I've been seeing. Like, so where is the story coming to place? I feel like every time I pass by, it's like, oh, it's a mini game, and I feel like the life in your eyes is leaving you every time it happens. So I stopped asking. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
it's more. It's like because when I got the first one, I mean, I plowed through that thing. I mean, I went all in.
Right. Yeah, I saw.
And this one, it's like it's not a bad game, but it's very bogged down by these mini games, and it's like I don't see the point in it. It's like
Right.
I never really. I mean, okay, mini game aside here or there every so often, I get it, freshen it up. Did we need to put in a fucking card game like Gwent? No. Do we need to do the beach episode and then go to the essentially Six Flag amusement park version episode immediately after that? No, a little more plot padding may have actually been a good idea.
Damn. That sucks.
Yeah. So I'm kind of hoping it's like I'm kind of making my way through. I'm doing the thing with the old saucer stuff's fun,
Uh huh.
but it's like, is this stuff I need to finish the game kind of situation? And they're like, no, but you still need to do it. I'm like, well, why am I doing this if I don't need to finish it? Because it's part of the game, but it's a mini game.
Wait. You need to do all that shit. You can't like skip it.
Nope.
Ah, that pinche mugrero. That sounds awful. That sounds like a
Like,
nightmare.
do you remember that night that I had to play the King's Blood thing and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing and I was getting fed up?
Was that with the hairy guy?
I don't know. It was on a boat.
I don't remember. I only
Yeah.
came in as like, why is Mr. Satan there?
Oh no. That's the golden saucer stuff.
Oh my god. Oh, so. Oh god.
So okay, I will say that like that is a mini game that happens,
Uh huh.
but it built into the story organically enough. It's like, hey, let's have a fight here out of nowhere, and it's like, here's this little thing to advance the plot. It's like, okay, those are fine. I get that,
Right.
and I get that it's like, oh well, you know, everybody's gonna go off and have a good time. That's fine.
Okay.
Do I have to do all these? Yes, I have to. Okay.
Oh god, that sounds awful.
Yeah, but it's like there's moments where it's like, okay, this ain't that bad. I get what you're doing here. I like this. And then there's moments it's like you have to hit every mini game. Why? Because we're not gonna let you move forward until you hit the mini games.
Oh my
Have fun.
god. I feel like Final Fantasy VIII was like that. I would have like, fuck this shit. Goodbye.
So it's kind of turning into the Doom Eternal situation,
Oh. Oh
where
no.
it's just turning into work. And when I use the
Ah.
W word in a video game, that is never a good sign.
Oh, well, people. Never gonna see Sephiroth's ass unless I play it. Right?
No, I'm sure I'll get there. It's just more. It's like if you haven't noticed, my pacing on that has gone down
Yes, it
significantly.
has. Yes, it has. It's like I can be patient, but I can download the video. I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
say.
Well, also, I feel like a lot of people, because it's like everybody's like, "Hey, we haven't finished the game yet. Why are you posting spoilers to like all the video game outlets?"
Right.
It's like that tells you how that tells you how people are feeling about the game, and it's like, "Oh, well, this is the lowest selling one." It's like it's
No
the middle of the
wonder.
road in a trilogy, and it's full of mini games.
But it's like a lot of padding. I mean, I think I pointed out because you showed me like the box from the OG one, the
Mm-hmm.
rebirth. No, the remake. And
Mm-hmm.
then the rebirth one is even bigger. It's like, wow, that means that there's gonna be more shit. There's only shit. Like there's only stuff going
Yeah,
around.
and it's like I'm sure there's I am confident that there is something of a payoff. I am not. I'm really trying not to be, but I can see where the people are getting the score they're getting for this because,
Right.
and I can see why people are like, well, there's no point in this because I feel like getting through all that padding, it's like your reward is the actual story at the end.
Right.
But getting there is that it's not the journey to get there. It's just work to get there.
It is not the friends you made along the way. It's all the mini games that you had to finish to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
God
And that's
damn.
where it's like, and that's the thing. That's what's infuriating because it's like I can see a very good foundation of a story because they're doing the stuff. I'm not going to spoil who's in there, but they're kind of doing a time jump back and forth that I'm not sure if it's even an alternate reality at this point. Is what we're getting to.
Okay. Oh.
So it's like they're teasing that stuff, and it's like I just want to know what's going on here. I mean, I know I'm going to know eventually, and I'm probably going to be pissed in some way, but I want to just know. And it's like, oh nope, stop here and play this mini game.
Damn, boy. That's.
And it's like there's open world stuff to do. Like there's their checklist. Like you get your towers. You got to fight these guys and all that stuff. That's fine, actually. I actually rather enjoyed those things because it's like it's progression. It's grinding. It's like okay, this makes sense. Do I need to play a mini game where it looks like the Final Fantasy VII PlayStation graphics? Is that really necessary? Do I need to play this stupid card game that they really want to make into a card game to fight magic? Apparently, no. It's like for all the open world stuff that is good, it's mini games that are stacked against it. So
Oh, that's a bummer.
I'm getting there, and I feel like I'm going off the rails on this one, so I'm gonna stop on that.
Sorry. Sorry
no,
for
no,
asking.
no, it's fine. It's just like there's only so much I can say where it's just like it's the same complaint and it's just over and over and over.
Goddamn. That kind of sucks.
Comic book wise, since we're gonna be talking, it's a comic book heavy episode tonight. In all fairness, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the new issue of Cobra Commander.
Okay.
Never thought I would see Cobra Commander with a smile on his mask
Wait.
from blood.
Oh, that sounds metal.
Oh, it is. Like apparently somebody's like they're like torturing a guy. It's the Dreadnoks torturing Cobra Commander.
Fuck.
Okay? And they're beating him up and it's like, let's put a smile on your face, and they literally make a smile, like 2 dots and a frown or a smile on his mask.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's not even the craziest thing that happens, because there's an end scene where basically Commander's standing there like he's got a henchman, it's like do things, and it's just you see all this violence happening and the smile on the mask is just like it's a great scene. It's like, wow.
That sounds metal.
Yeah. Honestly, I've said this before.
Hmm.
Not the biggest Kurtman fan, but if you guys are not reading Energon Universe stuff, that is like Oh, thank you for the bits, Yato.
Oh,
Really
thank
appreciate
you,
it.
Yato.
But if you guys are not, if you guys are not reading the Energon Universe stuff, definitely get on board. If nothing else, at least for the Transformers, because it's probably been a very rock solid Transformers comic.
Right.
So that's
Ooh.
all I got there. What's up?
Nothing. It's been a while since we had bits. We look like.
Yes. What's this magic thing we have
What
here?
is that? What is that thing? Oh my god! Somebody threw a nickel. No, thank you. Gracias. Thank you.
And us
Um,
as we are taking all the money we can.
we need it for the blimp.
Yeah, a blip to move. You're right.
Yes. I forgot we need a blimp. Anyway.
You know, a blimp's not going to hold all of our stuff, right? We're going to need like at least two. One for us and the pets, and then the food, and then the stuff.
Ah, yes, it can. I saw what they do.
Hmm.
We will probably die along the way,
Look
but
for
that does.
humanity.
Yeah, we'll probably die along the way, but that is okay. Well, at least we tried.
Look, as long as we avoid radio towers, we're good.
Did you hear about the guy that got stolen his radio tower in Michigan? I think it was.
Oh, a ham radio tower.
Yeah, literally, they
Oh, okay.
stole a fucking radio tower. They went to cut like the shrubs from the place, and then suddenly like, hey, where's the tower? It's like near the shrubs. Well, they cut the shrubs, but there's no tower. It's like, son of a bitch, they stole it. They haven't even found it. It's been a month. I think that's like Jesus.
And it's probably been melted down for scrap at this point.
Of course it was.
My bro was going hard about about the radio towers. Yeah. Well, hey, we are a podcast, and what's next? The eclipse.
My God. Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on there.
That is gonna be interesting down here that day. The eclipse. I keep forgetting about that.
That's in April, right?
It's a Monday in April, and it's like if you look at the news like online, like the state of Texas is unsurprisingly to me starting to lose their shit.
Yeah, yes. When did we go to? Well, the other day we went to the 7-Eleven. They
Yeah.
were selling the glasses, like the little thingies, to watch it. Like, you want to see the eclipse of me? Oh, I'm gonna go out and take pictures like I did, like a dumbass that I am.
Honestly, it's like I saw those. I mean, they kind of made everything. I looked down because there's like a certain thing you're supposed to look for, and they have that stuff. And it's like I was sitting there like, if these aren't expensive, I mean, I gotta go to work anyway. It's probably not gonna be shit happening.
Is it gonna be the rapture finally? Because it's like the
My
second one.
mother-in-law's, my mother-in-law's freaking out about it. No, it's more so. Part of it is like, and this one is actually a legitimate concern, unless you're
What?
where we're at, where we're not on the Texas grid, thank God.
Ah.
The solar energy production will go down a little bit.
Oh well.
No, but for obvious reasons, because there has to be solar.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't
Yeah.
they say that and it's like, nah, no es cierto.
Well, for us it doesn't matter, but also it's like there's some concerns like people driving on the roads because it's like think about it. This thing's happening at lunch hour essentially, and if you are working and you are say going on the road or something, you can't exactly look up.
Can't wait for all the chaos. Like the last one, I know that it was recently, if I recall.
Yeah, I don't mind. There goes my Tesla power. I mean, you have a Tesla, you already got a problem.
You have a Tesla? Why? There's
And that's not me being negative electric car. I'm all in for the electric car. It's just a Tesla, really? I feel like there's better ones out there now.
Like why? I got I think it was a Toyota. Toyota's the one that has also electric,
I
right?
believe they have one.
Yeah, I got one of those. Those like a truck, a big ass truck. No
That
sound
might
from that.
have been the F-150 then.
Yo, it's great, and it was an Uber. It's actually the last old fart that took me, and he was nice, and me, this is nice. This is so futuristic.
Yeah, no, I mean we when we came back from a trip, we rode in an Uber that had Tesla, and it was a nice ride. I'm not even knocking it. It's just look, personal politics aside, I'm not a fan of Elon, so that's probably the reason.
I think the funny thing was that we were like baffled by the fucking ceiling of it, that it looked so futuristic.
The ceiling looked awesome, yeah.
It was raining, and we're like, ooh, just pendejos. That was great.
The guy's like, that's right, keep looking. I'm just gonna drive.
Yeah, whatever, fucking morons.
The thing's electric. Ooh.
Yeah, ooh.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh my god.
Aside from Cobra Commander, I also
Hey, Goth. Sorry.
Hey, Rocky. We just we'll get to this in a minute here, but all things X-Men I feel like I've read this week.
We've been in the X-Men universe all this week. Ah, damn.
I've been there for a little bit. It's just now everybody's catching up to me again.
Yeah,
boy, that's not buggy. Yeah, I know, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole Fall of X storyline is it's getting out there, man.
You need to watch it, Rockagoth.
Yeah, it's a. So okay, let's just get into it. First off,
Yes, yes,
one of
yes.
the things we do here on MNR is if we talk about something that's fresh, we actively avoid spoilers. There are things we can talk about that happen after an event, but we will kind of not say what happens in that event.
No, because this is the spin-off for the new chapter, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, but no, it's like I don't want people to. It's like some things need to happen that you need to talk about, but it's like you kind of. So we're gonna tiptoe around it as we always do here. We go by a week schedule here. I
Yeah.
give you guys a week. I understand life happens. You gotta pick it up as you can. So if it's out on a Wednesday, you have until next Wednesday. Then we freely talk about it beyond that week's episode. So we're gonna be an episode behind when we talk about stuff usually.
Okay.
So just getting those ground rules out there.
Okay.
That being said,
Yeah.
holy shit.
So can I express how I felt after we finished that hour of our lives?
So let me set the stage first, okay? So Illy, I knew it was coming out, and I'm like, okay, well, I originally was gonna watch it before I went to work that day because I was going in late. And the night before I looked at you, I'm like, do you even want to watch this X-Men thing? Because you always are like run hot and cold. I don't know where you're gonna land on things sometimes. And you're like, I kind of like to watch it. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it when I get home. Then no big deal. So you were working actually on commissions.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like
then,
sitting at my computer. It's like I'm gonna.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna sit down and watch this. And you're like, oh, I'll have it on in the background. Okay, that's fine. Then you hear the synth. Illy, you may take over.
How can I express this? Like I was like, oh no. There was a lot of oh no's because originally when I saw the trailer, I feel like it was like in pre-production because I told him like this animation was not in the trailer. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. And then I started sitting like I slowly like took my chair with wheels and slowly got into the space and me son of a and my honest to God expression was like son of a bitch, and I sat beside him and I grabbed my pumpkin. It's like, okay, let's go. And then that episode ended me, son of a bitch. Okay, that's fine. Then came the second one, and then it wasn't even finished, and I gave Brandon a look. You bastard, you bastard, son of a bitch. Now I have to wait a fucking week for a new chapter of this gorgeous animation in this fucking show. Jesus Christ. I was so pissed off.
So,
Brandon was just like, Brother?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
A couple of fun little facts about the production of this show, because I found this out when I was doing some research for the show this week.
Okay.
There was 2 conditions Kevin Feige had for this cartoon to go forward. Okay? One of them was, I haven't watched it yet, but I watch it when I'm folding clothes. Okay. Hey, dude, you do you. You're not going to be folding those clothes long. I can tell you that right now.
No. I was supposed to have it just on the background, and I ended up watching it full-heartedly.
So the first condition was, within reason, get as much of the voice cast. If you can get the voice cast back, that's one. So I'm talking the original X-Men 90s cartoon voice cast. Now, there's a couple of people they can't bring back because death.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those that don't know, the voice of Cyclops and Magneto, both of those guys passed on in 2020, so they couldn't get them.
Unless they have
Okay,
a
so
leaky
that's
board.
yeah. So yeah, that. But also, the voice actors do sound a little different. Like their voices have changed.
So that doesn't apply to me. I'm just gonna say that.
No shit, dude. Yeah, well. But the second one is one that's a lot more, I feel like, well, if you're going to do this right situation.
Right.
They had to get the music for the theme song.
Okay.
Like they had to get the rights back to the theme song. Those were the 2 conditions.
Okay.
Now, for those of you that don't know, the X-Men theme song that we were talking about was done by the same guy that did the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme.
It sounds exactly like with the riff and everything. If you hear it closely. Yeah.
Also, if you go back and watch the old cartoon, you can definitely hear the Power Rangers music in that. Like you can hear the synths and all that stuff.
Right.
And that dude got paid a pretty penny, I'm pretty sure.
He's like, okay, give me,
Yeah.
give me the monies.
So those were the two conditions for this to get it off the floor, off the ground, to get launched. I don't know if they got a Ghost Hand. They got it for Doctor Strange 2. They would get it again. They would get it again. I'm not sure. So that's where it kind of gets weird because if you remember in the original X-Men movie, like the one with Patrick Stewart and McKellen when they're super, like,
Yeah.
they have a little hint at it at the end. Like when Xavier is walking away from the plastic prison, you can kind of hear the theme in the background.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's like, it's one of those, like, when you have a copyright claim for like 30 seconds, you can kind of get away with like 10 to 12 seconds.
Yeah, I
That's
think.
like copyright free. I think that's where they got away with some of that.
Yeah, no. Actually, it's like 10 seconds if I'm correct. So yeah, they were well in the range. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it kind of sounds like it, but it's not.
Yeah.
So.
But they amped it up, obviously.
Oh hell yeah.
Now, here's another thing that was kind of interesting I found out. Do you remember the intros for that? You remember the intro, obviously. We're talking about the intro song, but it's like the actual intro.
Yeah, yeah.
They
I
brought
remember
back they brought back the original storyboard guy to get a consult.
that. Jesus Christ.
And it's kind of funny because they were talking about like the people that were doing those scenes. Like he showed them the scenes. He brought the fucking storyboards with him to those scenes. To which these guys, it's like manna from heaven. Are like, we're touching this. Oh my god, these are the originals.
Huh. Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Ghost Hand. Speaking of which, those first two movies were beyond rad, and the third one was all right for me. I can't do the third one. The first two, yeah, those are a hard yes. No, those are very good.
The first one I recently saw is like, god damn, that's so good. Everyone's so goddamn young. Too young, I say. Too young.
Yeah. Yeah, also, just Brian Cox just being evil was just great for the second movie. Also, they got Nightcrawler a lot more right than people think they did in that one.
Oh yeah. It was fine. Like, I haven't seen it like in a while, the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. Also, at the same time, if you guys enjoyed that if you enjoyed the X-Men 2 movie, read God Loves Man Kills, which is where William Stryker, the character in that movie, makes his debut. And William Stryker in the comic books is a religious zealot. So it gets fucking crazy.
I saw all those movies in theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, we're that old. But those were a couple of the things that those like the storyboard thing I just found funny because yeah.
I think that's awesome. Like it's like we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right. Honestly, they did do justice to that show. It was like, damn, this is no so cool.
Like so my complaint about the first Ghost Hand, the first one is biggest whiplash. Yes, X-Men, Holocaust imagery. Yeah. That's been that way for decades, actually. That wasn't anything new to me when the movie came out, because I'm like, yeah, Magneto's a Holocaust survivor. That clicks.
Yeah, Brandon knows everything about X-Men, not gonna lie there. I'm not being...
I don't know that much.
I'm not being fastidious, but you've been reading more comics than me. I just fucking watched the movie.
Well, I mean, it's like, if you're going to use that, if you go back to the original show, it's like, hey, Professor Xavier, well, you're my friend, tortures you with Holocaust memories.
Yeah,
because he kind of does.
It was like, I'm gonna torture you with things that you experienced when you were young.
Yeah, it's like, instead of dropping nuclear missiles, relive your life in the Holocaust.
No, mamas.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that I remember when this whole thing was announced, and I was like, I don't know about this, because I never wanted to see the X-Men movie or the X-Men cartoon circle and eat its own tail.
Oh.
Like, so my concern with X-Men when they announced X-Men 97 was, you're just going to kind of rehash what you did with better animation. That's what I honestly thought.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Disney, and they're just like, well, we're just going to slap a new label on this, clean it up, put some new animation, call it a day. Then they actually show this stuff, and it's, mutants are the future, Magneto, you're on the receiving end of racial supremacy, you are doing the same thing. There's a lot of subtext to all that stuff that I can't even begin to wrap my head around or explain. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's the beauty of how he was written.
Yeah, I mean,
Because he's
jeez.
right and wrong all at once.
Yeah, it's like the extremes, I guess. Does that make sense? It's
Well,
like,
do remember also, ladies and gentlemen, X-Men was based off of Martin Luther King was Xavier, Malcolm X was Magneto.
yeah,
No, Stan Lee pretty much said that's
ah,
where he got his inspiration.
that makes sense. That actually
Oh,
makes sense.
absolutely does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just bear that in mind. It's like if I always love when people were talking about like, it's like this isn't the show I remembered. It's like, yeah, nothing like, KKK under Friends of Humanity or anything like that. Nope.
Nope. What's wrong with you? Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god. But anyway,
Yeah.
move along.
But so with the story and all that stuff, I'm getting to a point, I promise.
Mhm.
Watching this made me pleasantly surprised by the fact of they are continuing it. And I'm not saying like they're kind of rehashing stuff. It's like there is actual plot movement forward. Like
Right.
there are things that happen that's like this makes sense. This does feel like a continuation, and it's like you're doing things that are different. These are all the things I wanted out of this, and I've got that.
Right. And
And
it did.
oh,
It does feel like it. Like it does feel like the old
mhm.
show.
And the biggest change has to be, and it's without a doubt, Magneto.
I got
Or as I have referred to him, 90s David Bowie superpowers.
I just say like it's too cunty his fucking outfit.
He
Like
looks like if David Bowie was making Ziggy Stardust in the 90s. It's glam rock 100%.
God, like I'd be okay if it was a full fucking catsuit. And I'm 100% with
Or
that.
even smaller gloves. Your main complaint is the gloves.
It's just why, like why are you wearing that?
I would argue cut the hair and lower the gloves, and it would look awesome.
Thank you, Ghost Hand, for passing by. Really?
Passing by, we'll see you in a little bit.
Oh, he needs the churros.
Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your dinner, sir.
Jesus Christ! But
He's gonna get some dinner and some chocolate churros, man. Living the best life there.
and the churros up in Brazil has to be better, bro. It gotta be better.
But yeah. Anyway,
But-
so
Go ahead. Sorry.
okay, two things here. Actually, I should say Magneto was one big surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a couple of big surprises, but the second big surprise that we'll talk about is Cyclops actually is a badass, which everybody's floored by except me. I'm like, well, it's about fucking time.
I mean, the problem with him is that I feel like he has really good powers. You can actually use him properly. I've always thought that. Like, you know what? I feel like he's just more of a blink and fucking kill people. He has to have more powers. There was glimpses in the movies where, like, god damn, he's overpowered this shit.
Yeah, when he does the bank shots, they're fucking crazy.
So, but in this one, it's like, wow, he's actually using the thing. He's moving with his power. He's doing a lot of like fucking crazy shit. It's like, oh my god.
So, a couple of things also. Again, guy read comic books. I'm not trying to be smuggy about. I'm really not trying to be smuggy.
You're getting there. Okay.
I'm getting there, absolutely. But this is where it's like a lot of people were screaming about like Cyclops has a stick up his ass. It's largely due to the 90s cartoon. I would say that.
Right.
Because, like, people forget that it's like when he doesn't have his goggles on, he has to close his eyes.
Right.
And then they have that fight scene where he's like about ready to kick the crap out of somebody blindfolded.
Okay.
Remember when he's like fighting the dude and it's like he's actually putting in shots to the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
And he's not even using his powers. So think about how much control and tactics he has to know to do that.
I mean, they made him a badass, period.
Cyclops is, Nick Fury said it in the comic books, that Cyclops is probably the most underrated tactician in the Marvel Universe. Because he has to figure out power sets, he has to figure out what works and doesn't work in seconds. And lives depend on his choices.
But that's kind of why he's kind of the leader, no?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes total sense. On my end, it's like, why didn't they make him like? Because look, I repeat, I'm going back. Brandon is the comic book guy. I'm the movie girl. And in the movies, it was
Worst
more like
comparison ever. Sorry, had to do it.
right, whatever.
Anyway.
The thing is that if you think about it, it's like, well, you didn't really translate well because, like, goddamn. Look, I love the actor. He's cute and everything, but like, I felt like he needed a bit more of a certainty, like
Ooh,
a
James
certain.
Marsden.
He's cute and small.
Oh, that's fine. I think he's a good actor. I
He
do.
is. He is, but he's cute and small. Like,
Okay.
if he wanted to be like, you needed somebody a bit more like in this animation, like
So, gonna throw you a little head swip here.
Mm.
This is kind of like a Baldwin situation. Do you remember the show Boy Meets World?
Barely.
Do you remember the before the Matthew Lawrence character came in? Like when this is when the show first started out, and Eric had the short little friend.
No.
Okay, that's James Marsden's brother.
Are they all tiny then?
I don't know, but it's like he's like the guy that had the black hair and was always kind of like running behind Eric's little adventures.
I guess.
Yeah, no, that's his brother, and he's like a prolific voice actor also.
It's also really funny that like in the fucking movies, Wolverine is tall as shit.
Oh yeah, and he's like a tiny little thing in the
He's
comics.
like,
Yeah,
it's like no, like Wolverine is a tiny, angry ape man.
there is only one thing I want from the new when they inevitably do the new Disney X-Men movies. I want Colossus to throw Wolverine. I want to see a fastball special.
They need to like actually have a big Colossus like the one from Deadpool, because he's a big Colossus, like a fake one. Like I said, we need a fake one. Well,
the more Russian, the better.
We need a fake one. Maybe we're getting that on Deadpool. Who fucking knows?
Oh, I'm almost certain, but still, I mean, nothing would make me happier than just seeing like Colossus go, "Are you ready, Jazonik?" Yeah, or I can't pronounce Russian, sorry, and just grabs Wolverine and just throws him in the air.
Yeah. Oh well, I want to see that too. Now that I think about
No, because there was Josh Whedon wrote an X-Men comic book, and Colossus comes back because he was dead for a while in comics because that was the thing, and they're having to do something crazy, and Wolverine walks up to him and he just goes, "How's your throwing arm?" He's like, "It should be good." And he's like, "All right, let her rip." And you just see Colossus just, it is probably one of the coolest scenes. It's like you flip the page, you just see Colossus just chuck him. And you can see the wind on the pencils. It is like one of the most badass scenes I've seen in a comic book.
That sounds awesome.
Oh, it was. And it like took out whatever it was going to, so.
Jesus. Oh, well.
Okay, so, that aside, I can tell a lot of people also didn't grow up in the 90s watching this.
Oh, you think? You think?
Because the one thing I keep seeing is everybody's like, why does Gambit look like an idiot with that shirt on? And I'm like, you had to be there. That's the only argument I got. You had to be there.
You had to have, in the women's side of this, you had to have the hormones of a 13 to 15-year-old.
Oh, no, I'm just talking 90s fashion. I'm not even getting down to that.
Oh, yeah. Look, not gonna lie, I was like, I remember why I liked them. Jesus, son of a bitch. And I've been angry all this time. I've never mentioned it, but I am angry that nobody has actually done a fucking Gambit.
Like comic or
movie.
What are you talking about? Like movie?
Movie.
They were gonna do one with Channing Tatum.
Thank bloody fucking Christ that didn't happen, because
Exactly.
can go fuck himself. Anyway, no.
Okay, so also here's the more head trippy thing.
Yeah.
At one point, Gambit was going to be Cyclops' brother.
What? Why?
Look at the red hair. Look at the facial structure. You can kind of see where they were going with that.
I guess.
No, that was something that the writer at the time was kind of like hinting at, and it turns out that guy's like that's different shit. But yeah,
I need you to tell me, because this, I feel like the Mandela effect, or no. I need you to remember this shit for some fucking reason, because I saw it in Spanish. Everyone remember, I'm from Mexico. I saw it in Spanish, and for some fucking reason, he had a French accent. Why?
Why? First off, this is what you were really hearing when you were actually doing this. He's from New Orleans, dear.
Oh, so he has that stupid accent.
Yeah. So when he says stuff like petite or Sherry, that's New Orleans speaking.
Oh no. I want to go die now. Can I go die now in the closet? Like, it's like, why is he talking in French? And I remember me and my cousin were like, damn, why is he talking in French? And why do I want to pull my pants down? It's like, I don't know what's going on there. And I was like, oh, he's from New Orleans. And I'm out. Excuse me?
For those of you that don't know, he is from the same area as Bill Dauterive. Let that settle in.
I want to go away
Like,
now.
King of the Hill could have had Gambit just walk by like, well, me, what's up? And it's just like, Bill's like...
I'm crying.
I mean, hey, maybe Jill Bear's really a mutant. No.
Let me just clear my eyes because this is so bad.
Welcome to the half-ass show. If you guys are just joining us, I'm just torturing my wife with ruining her fantasies from the 90s.
No. I didn't want that. Why did I watch The King of the Hill? And now I can't think about like that fucking the cousin that talks like super delicate and he's on a suit and he's like, oh, it's so hot here. I mean, no. I quit.
Oh, just in the next room. You don't even see her.
I'm sitting in my steel chair with my blanket covered. Like, no, this is not real. This is not happening. Anyway,
it's not happening, man. It's not happening. It is. It totally is.
That's fine. Oh my god, that's fine. Okay, thank you for clearing my ideas. And now I don't want anything. And now he's like a rabies raccoon instead of a puppy. Jesus Christ.
Next week, he's so cute.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna go away really quick. Don't worry. I just need another fix, man.
But yeah, it's like everybody's like looking at these fashion choices that they're doing. I'm like, you guys weren't there, man.
No, you weren't
understand.
there. You weren't there, man. You don't know what the fashion, like the crop top bitch outfit was back in the day for a guy. So
yeah, I mean, look, we're lucky that we're lucky one of them's not walking around in a body glove bodysuit. Just to be honest.
You know what? Brandon? I need to say this. There's like a neighbor here. I don't want to say names because I don't know the name, but he's always wearing those crop tops and he looks like a fucking dumbass. When I got here from work, because I'm getting home earlier, so I get to see all the weirdos that are doing exercises, and that guy had a crop top like that with that same fucking color, and me, oh no.
Well, maybe he saw that and he's like, I can wear it again. It'll be in fashion in a few days.
No, my eyes are bleeding. Oh my god. Oh god. Anyway,
yeah.
90s.
I mean that also explains Glamour Rock Magneto. So I mean that kind of covers that one too on the 90s spectrum.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for whatever the fuck is gonna go there. Like it's fine. This is fine.
I mean, one thing I will say is that speech Magneto gives at the end of the episode is like, he's basically like, guys, I'm fucking trying here. I could kill you like this bug in seconds.
It's
I'm
like
trying.
Yeah, it's like
just try with me.
I feel like we've been here before. Why are we still here? We should not be here. You did not get the idea. Did you not get the memo? I'm tired of this.
I'm old. I'm tired of dealing with your shit.
Yeah, pretty much. He pretty much said that.
Actually, it's realistically, he could have been CM Punk going, I'm old, I'm tired, and I am now working with children.
Quite
because
literally.
I'm a survivor.
Quite fucking literally. How old is he on this, by the way?
So, I'm going to guess, because timey-wimey and comic book shenanigans, it depends on the continuity, because I believe in the comics still he is a Holocaust survivor, but don't quote me on that. I'm going to guess he's got to be pushing 50, 60 at that point, and if it's in 97, he's getting up there. But he was a young kid, so let me see here.
Oh, come on. Yeah, give me the info.
I'm actually going to do math, believe it or not. So
if I see smoke from the other room, I'll tell you guys because that's probably gonna burn his head.
So let's see here. He had to have been what? We're gonna say like I would say from what I saw of the character, I'd just have to say round up to 5 for an age, right? In 1938, would that be say?
Was he that young? I thought he was like around. Well, okay. Let's say.
I mean, it's all relative because it's like you can say they're young. I mean, he wasn't a baby.
8 maybe, because he was like,
Let's round down to, let's make it 5 and a 5 for evenness sake, because we can plus or minus it at that point.
okay.
So the Holocaust took place in like 1938, correct? Roughly.
Yeah, because it ended in 45.
All right, 97. So we're gonna take 1997 minus 1938. He'd have been 60 years old roughly
Oh,
if he was. So realistically, it's like plus or minus 5. He's gonna be around 65-ish, I would say.
oh wait. Is he on sugar daddy levels?
Oh my God!
Hell yeah. I'm sorry, I needed to say it because, well,
I am wounded!
terrible.
Yes, it was.
That's my sound. Leave me alone. Anyway. Okay.
Hang on. Let me. I may as well play my sound as long as we're
Oh,
here.
here
Then,
we go.
so.
Here we go. Here we
Yeah.
go. He's gonna throw me under the bus.
Listen, shut up for a second.
You thought it was gonna be the curb one, didn't you?
No, I knew you were gonna shut me, which is fine. We're terrible today. It's the terrible show because I don't know what I got into. So anyway,
Do ya?
proceed, my love.
Yeah. So here's the ultimate question, and we're only 2 episodes into what I think is like a 10 or 12 episode season. Okay.
Okay.
It's looking like it's gonna be very good.
Mhm.
Everything's checking here. Do you think this is going to sustain? Like, do you think it is going to be this strong at the end of the season?
Oh my god, I don't know. I've been surprised. Is that is that plausible to say?
So,
Like,
from what I know roughly of what is going to happen, like they are adapting a comic book story, and we're not even going to touch on what's going on with Rogue in that situation because that's a whole different can of worms that I know people are losing their shit over, and I don't have enough time or energy to even begin to explain that one.
yeah, you don't say anything. Just keep it like that because some people haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But you told me about it and I was like, hama, what?
Yeah.
I get.
Let's just
Rogue.
say Magneto's got some skills, boy.
Ooh.
But I know roughly what they're adapting,
Yeah, you said
and it's gonna get fucking crazy. Like, you think what we saw now was like nutty? We've only scratched the surface.
that. Yeah. Brandon was telling me a bunch of things, and I just turned at him and saw him like he had 10 heads. Me, what?
Like, it's the old line from Ghostbusters where Bill Murray's like, dogs and cats living together. It's all that. That's about to happen.
No. Anyway,
Yeah.
look. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't matter. Like, you kind of need to take risk on the
Oh,
the
I'm not
beauty.
against this.
Yeah, the beauty about animation and that kind of stuff. Like, yes, go fucking bananas. Who fucking cares?
I mean, we just need to point to Storm at that point. Jesus.
oh, what happened?
No, just the opening scene where she
Oh!
turns sand to glass.
Fucking, that was like, damn. I was like, damn, bro. She's doing science there. She's doing science. She doesn't give two shits. That's awesome. I love that.
Gives
It's
meaning to the word local forecast, doesn't it?
well, that actually does happen though when thunder hits.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't it happen on the fucking Spider-Man game? Now that I think about it,
Maybe.
uh,
I can't, but still, it's that was an animated sight to be seen. I'm like, damn.
damn boy, damn
Yeah.
boy.
No, next week's episode, I don't want to go too much into it because the ending to last week's the second episode of this week's episodes,
Mm-hmm.
I need to see where it's going because it can go a couple of ways. Because I already told you what happened. I'm not going to say what happens on the air,
Uh-huh.
but let's just say sinister things are afoot.
To be perfectly honest, they may not go there. What you're telling me?
Oh no, they're going there.
Oh,
kind
shit.
of.
Oh, okay.
They're it's how they're getting there is where I'm curious because they have a figure of the person I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. So you already saw merch? Oh, never mind then. Never
Yeah, that's what I'm
mind.
saying. It's like that's where it's like I don't know where you're going with this because you have to do some serious hurdle jumping to make this work in this continuity with how they did the comic or how they did the cartoon. It worked in the comics simply because they had a time gap. This one, it was like, she's back. It's cool. So it's gonna really be an interesting one.
We shall see. And I understand because you were telling me a bit of the intro. I didn't pay attention to the first time that I saw the first intro because I was like on my end. But on the second run, it's like, oh, they did some changes in me. Did they now? I don't know. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I kind of like the fact that Gambit's like logo is tilted.
Tilted?
Like, you know how?
Yeah.
Like so it's like in the original it's very flat, but this one they actually add some depth to it. So it's like it's on an angle when he's doing it. It's just a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
It's not like a typical flat.
I kind of dig the ending that you said, like, oh, remember the bad graphics? And be, yeah, now they have good graphics. It's what it is, bro. Like, it's 2024 if you don't put something nice. But
no, they should have kept the old 90s graphics just to fuck with people. It's like, this is how far we came.
I would hear people bitching, but I feel like, no, that doesn't apply with our aesthetic. I feel like that'd be the thing. I don't know.
Okay. So that's enough of X-Men talk. Tune in next week when we have more X talk.
Yes, please. I want to move on with my life. I want to forget about the Gambit or New Orleans guy. Anyway.
Dead silence from me after that. Anything else?
You can't say anything. Okay.
All right. So kind of going into some game stuff. There was a lot of trailers out of nowhere for movies and games this week.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Almighty.
Okay, so why don't you start? You're our movie buff, so why don't you take the lead?
So the big one that hit was, why did we do a Beetlejuice movie too? Why did it actually happen? I thought it was just a joke. Honestly, all this time when they were saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do a second movie," it came out the trailer and me. Oh, okay.
And the trailer starts out like this. Right?
No, it has like the fucking song from the.
Oh, they should have done that.
Oh, but they did it like with a chorus. It'd be what?
Yeah.
Like, look, it's the same fucking cast.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking cast. It's the same fucking director.
Deo with kids.
It is Deo because it sounds like a chorus from I guess a girls' school because I remember why not I was from that shit. Anyway, look, I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna watch it.
We're not. MNR is not very big on the Tim Burton. We're not on the Tim Burton train. We're actually actively trying to derail it.
We honestly, I mean, I was a big Tim Burton fan when I was younger, and then suddenly I grew up. And then I suddenly saw the shit that Tim Burton was doing, and I'm like, yeah, I don't condone that kind of crap. I kind of feel bad because
I saw Big Fish, and I'm like, how do people think he's clever?
How the fuck do you hate that movie? I don't get it. I need to rewatch it and look at you. It's like, you were right.
What did he do? Would you like to inform the audience and crush their dreams, or do you want to let them look it up?
I think where it broke me kind of hard was when Nightmare Before Christmas happened. Like they did. I don't know if you recall that show, Movies That Made Us, from Netflix.
Yeah.
So they did one completely entirely about Nightmare Before Christmas, and me. Okay, I want to see this shit. I want to say it was one-sided, but I believed it because the guy that is now in charge of Laika, the one that did Coraline, Paranorman, and all that stuff, he was the original director of animation from that movie. He was the one that actually applied all the stop motion and all that stuff. So it didn't fall on him any kind of credit because Tim Burton was just there signing autographs. Like, a lot of people they interview was like, yeah, he was just like the diva. He showed up one day all dressed up for the pictures of production and all that stuff. And then he left and we had to do all the work and oh no, that sucks. And then I started seeing like, well, a lot of his personal projects showed. Like in I want to say Frankenweenie. The original cut is entirely from him, like Tim Burton. But when he did the stop motion movie, I saw the lack of style. Does that make sense? So it kind of dawned on me, like, you know what, this guy, it is like he is. He doesn't really know what the fuck he's doing, and he has an aesthetic. I don't doubt that he has an aesthetic and everything. I grew up with all his stuff, and I like it, but I feel like he takes the credit a lot from the actual good people behind him, and it's kind of shitty. Because if he is like what he is, he shouldn't be needing all the people that he needs to do stuff. So that's just my personal opinion. I stopped watching his movies, and when I come back, it's like it's a sad reminder of like, oh well, that kind of sucks. Like, yo, you're still doing the same thing.
Magic Ninja Robot, crushing your childhood dreams since 2022.
I'm so sorry, but that's just my opinion. I hardly. I super recommend that chapter if y'all have Netflix. It's there. If you want to see it for your own sake.
I think also if you kind of want to, you said it might have been one-sided.
Yeah.
So I mean, definitely, I'm sure there's, if you can find multiple sources that corroborate that, that might also help you.
Yeah.
Not you, I mean in general.
No, I guess when I watched that, like, I started watching the rest of the movies, like whatever, like randomly. And it's like, you know what? I see it now. I see how lack of vision he has. Like, he has like a style, but it's so empty. I don't know how to explain it.
It's like a soulless product.
Yeah, it's like, where's the love in everything else? It kind of sucks. It's like, well, I expected more from you, and I think where it really dawned on me was that Alice movie, like the Alice.
Yeah, the Alice
Wonderland.
movies.
The Alice in Wonderland, the first one was like, I remember telling my mom, like, I feel very sad because it lacks of something. And my mom, you didn't like it, but you were looking forward to it because she bought it to me. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, something died there, and I feel bad. And my mom, oh, and I'm like, don't feel bad, Mom. That's one of those.
No, yeah, you were
No.
as surprised as anybody.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's okay, I guess. And she's like, oh my god, my Tim Burton girl is growing up. And I did grow up. It's the worst
Hey, you
things.
watch A24 movies.
Yeah, no, that if I want something pretty and indie and depressing and killing me softly, A24, definitely, 100%. But yeah, that came out. I know that a couple more. Oh, I did talk about The Crow, so I'm not gonna talk about that anymore.
Beat that dead horse, huh?
Yeah, I want to move on with it. I think.
There was also wasn't there a new Alien trailer?
Romulus. Yeah, that
I'll have
looked
to
good.
check that out. I haven't checked it out yet. I keep forgetting to check it.
So the director is the guy that. Well, you haven't seen those. Don't Breathe.
Okay.
It works. If you ever see those movies, those are very isolation kind of movies, and it works. I think, like, oh, we needed this, and a lot of people, and me personally, think that it looks a lot like the game, the Isolation game.
Okay.
So the view of it's interesting. I know that the last one was it Covenant? Was that the one? The last?
Believe so.
So that one we all know was I guess. This, I think they're starting something new with it. So,
well, I think also at the same time, Prometheus and Covenant could actually kind of be their own universe at this point.
Yeah, because it is. It looks like that. They do have the original Xenomorph, though, or at least a little that they show. It looks like the Xenomorph from the OG. So
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch that. That looks fun, honestly. So
Okay.
that's pretty much it now that I think about
All right.
it.
All right. On the game side, a couple of heavies came out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
Give me a second here. Oh, we got to talk about that too, but we'll get a second.
Oh.
Marvel 1943 is the one I want to talk about first, because, wow, did not expect that out any place.
Oh, yeah, that looks so good.
Yeah. So a lot of people I saw when this came out was like, okay, completely understandable. We all have PTSD after this situation. Comparisons were being made to Suicide Squad, and I think those are 100% valid.
Right.
Let me just hopefully kind of relax some people's tension on this.
Okay.
First off, this is done by Skydance New Media or something like that. Basically, I think it's like a division of Skydance, the movie company.
Yes. that was kind of like a surprise to me. Like, oh, Skynet,
Yeah.
okay.
So, okay, already we're like, don't know, it's a new company and all that. Here's where you could feel a little more relaxed. I have 2 words for you for a name.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Hennig.
Who is that, Brandon?
Okay, so if you heard that, you played the Uncharted games, you're already comfortable. Because that's the woman that kind of directed the first 3 Uncharted games.
Yep.
Alright? She also did the Jedi Fallen Order video game.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, if everybody was kind of panicky about this, which if you look at the trailer, I can't see how, because when I saw the Suicide Squad trailer when they announced it all the way back when, I said, it's going to be a multiplayer game. I can already see it.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I feel like they're going to be like doing perspectives. Like one chapter Cap, one chapter Grandpa Black Panther. Because it's the grandfather of T'Challa.
Yeah, well, when you told me about this, I accidentally saw the tech demo.
Mm-hmm.
But it is brutal. I saw the details in everything, like the suits and the environment and everything is like,
Yeah.
wow.
That flexer with Unreal Engine 5 is frightening.
That is so goddamn wow. That was my wow. That looks great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I find it funny that Black Panther will be voiced by Cyborg of the Teen Titans cartoon.
Yeah, you said that. And
It's just I can already picture all the people like when they're doing scenes like yeah.
yeah, I didn't know who the actor was the guy was till I saw it. I was like, oh, it's the guy from The Walking Dead. The one that had the tiger.
And then I tell you that and you're like, what?
I was like, who would have known? Huh?
Oh, he's got the same voice and all that, so.
Oh, well, but that's cool still. I mean.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be a single player. I kind of told you I felt like it was like Arkham Knight or Arkham City meets Assassin's Creed.
Right. It does look dope. Not gonna lie there. Mm-hmm.
Also, I just like the fact of, okay, yes, it's called Marvel 1943, but the subtitle is Rise of Hydra. So, while I would be happy with, hey, Captain America punching Nazis, I understand that, in the climate we can't do that. But we can at least make one hell of an allegory to Hydra being Nazis, because I remember when they did the Avengers cartoon way back when, they were kind of like, well, we can't do Nazis, so we're just going to make Hydra Nazis.
Yeah.
So it was like a step in, but now it's like almost a full circle moment, because it's like, well, we can't use Nazis because people are going to think we're like doing that, but it's like we still want to punch Nazis.
Yeah, right? It's like, well, that's the right thing to do, I think.
Yeah. So, yeah. Hydra's Nazis, people. Make your peace with it. I'm okay with it, and I would rather just say punch Nazis outright, but if we have to punch Hydra agents, okay.
It's the same thing. We all know that.
Well, yeah, I mean, when they have German accents for their villains, you're kind of in a spot.
Hey, Hydra and all that crap. Fuck you. Anyway.
Hail Hydra. Hail Hydra.
Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah. But since some people seem to get the wrong message about Nazis somehow, which I don't know how you think they're good people, but whatever.
I got no fucking clue what fucking universe we
live
in anymore.
So if this has to go out into the virus of the internet and everybody thinks that, we are going to very much be on the side of, is it okay to punch a Nazi? Our stance is a firm yes. Many, many times. With a steel chair, with a 2x4, with a car, whatever. It is okay to hurt Nazis, yes.
Choose your weapon of choice. I'll shut up. Anyway.
Walk without rhythm and you don't attract the worm.
Yeah, I forget that that's on the tongue and it's a full circle, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's classic. Anyway.
You and Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that comes out next year, so something to look forward to next year.
Yeah,
for a single player.
It looked really good.
Now, another game that started out earlier in the week before that one, and one that caught my attention as a diehard fighting game fan.
Oh, Jesus. I wonder which one it is.
You're absolutely right, Illy. I know, it's devastating. Hello Kitty, Fist of Fury. I know, we've all been waiting for this.
There's a shit. What?
No, I'm just teasing.
There should be a game like that. I demand it. Like a Hello Kitty fighting Mortal Kombat style game. Do it, and I want to have Agretsuko on that shit, and I will buy that. Yeah, hell yeah, with the makeup and everything. I mean, that's on my work name tag. It's like, what is it? Agretsuko, that's me. Fuck you. What do you want? Anyway,
No, actually, it was Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves, a sequel to the late '90s classic Garou: Mark of the Wolves, or Fatal Fury: Mark of the Wolves, whatever. Basically, the thing that introduced Rock Howard to everybody.
mm-hmm.
Okay, the one that you remember you told me you heard the game for you heard the song for Rock Howard's theme, and you're like, I've heard this somewhere. It was like on a piano simulator. You said,
Yeah, I played that game
yeah,
way too
yeah.
much.
So, mm-hmm. Yeah, but that character.
Blech.
Anyway, have a good dinner, Rock. Yes, Fatal Fury: City of the Wolves is going to be out next year, apparently
Okay.
early next year.
Ugh.
And looking at some of the trailer or previews, because I actually got I had to kind of get my head wrapped around it. I like where they're going with the gameplay.
Yeah.
My only complaint, and this has been my complaint about SNK games since King of Fighters 15,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the art style. I get it. I get they're trying to go for a modern, but to me, it's like you know how you were talking about earlier about Tim Burton with like the soullessness of his thing.
Yeah.
That's what that kind of animation style. I mean, it works well. It's nice. I'm not saying it's bad, but it just doesn't say SNK to me.
Right. Ah! Well, sorry. My pug fell.
Mm.
Anyway.
But it just doesn't scream like SNK to me. It's like I kind of would have. I understand they're not going to have the money for it,
Mm-hmm.
but I would love to have them to go back like and do like the hand drawn 2D sprites again, or even do like the not the Fatal Fury, the Guilty Gear style Unreal stuff they do.
It's because
But I'm not going to get it. I get it.
Yeah, it's because it looks too 3D, I guess that's what it is. It looks too 3D graphic. So
It looks too clean. That's I think the word.
yeah, I don't like chubby characters. For some reason they look chubby, but that's just my opinion.
I mean, I can get past it if the gameplay is good, so I'm fine with it. But it's just like it's one of those things that's like if you really wanted to make like a true successor, I would have loved that. But I get it. You know, it's
Right.
not going to happen. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Just
Right.
one of those things that I wish we could fix if I had the money.
You don't have the money.
No, I do not. But that's coming out next year, and also a weird thing for an SNK game:
Hmm.
English dub.
Yeah, I saw that and
That
you were like,
threw me so off because it's like I never picture SNK doing English anything outside of English.
English?
Yeah, but look at Geese and look at Terry.
Right.
They're Japanese got people doing bad English voicing. That's fine. It's like I made peace with that. So the fact that we now have voice actors doing it in English, it's like I'd have just kept the age. I might actually, as much as I don't say this that often, I might actually go with the Japanese dub on that one because it's just too much.
Right. I mean, yeah, you're
But-
already adjusted to the hey, cook.
Yeah. Yeah, but I also understand you're trying to reach a broader audience and all that, so I get the choice. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's like, it's too jarring for me.
Hmm.
And I'm the guy that's always like, hey, English, I prefer English. I get it, but it's like, there's just something about this that it just doesn't click in my brain.
Yeah, he is like that. He doesn't like Japanese.
What's more, it's like, I don't want to have to read half the time, but it's like, with fighting games, it doesn't bother me as much because I'm literally going to have to read a sentence and then I go fight.
Yeah.
So,
Read
yeah, but it's like,
faster.
I do. I'm not worried about that. And also, how many books do I read?
Read faster. I'm just gonna say that.
How many books do you read?
Who cares? Read faster.
You're not going to answer that because you haven't read anything lately, have you?
No, but I do watch a lot of subtitled movies all my fucking life. I'm fast, believe me.
There's the smugginess. There's the smugginess.
There you go, bitch.
I was sending you for a trap, so I completely own that one.
Haha. Oh my god.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I kind of want to see a little more of it. So they're introducing new characters too, like Joe's protege is now in there, so you have a girl Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
Yeah.
that one. Hmm.
She looks exactly like Joe would have picked for a successor. I completely see where they're going with this. I'm like, yeah, that clicks.
Right. Oh well, cool beans.
Yeah. So that's coming out next year. So good, strong gaming coming out next year. So that pretty much tells me this year is a wash at this point because I don't see a lot of heavies coming out this year.
I saw that there's also a lot of trailers for animes though. A lot.
Yeah. Well, onto the TV side of things. You have your House of the Dragon
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon variant.
Yeah, red and green.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm looking forward to that one. Not gonna lie. Honestly, I finished it watching by myself, but it was pretty. It was solid.
Yeah. I'm
Mhm.
not saying it was a bad show or anything. It was just more. It was just like I think part of it is the fan base of the Game of Thrones thing got so annoying. It's like you just tune out after a while.
Yeah, it was like that. But
Yeah.
sadly, because me and my family have like that stupid connection with Game of
Mhm.
Thrones and drama and with like chismecitos, it's like, oh,
Also,
let's.
also, when your family is literally the Lannisters, you kind of get some PTSD. I won't lie.
Yeah, I get it. I
Yeah.
understand. Although
Nah.
it's kind of funny
You
that
you lived it.
it's funny that the Lannisters on this are fucking morons. They haven't been up there. The good ones
Yeah.
here are like the dragons and the what is it
The Baratheons, I think.
the Baratheons. Yeah, those are the ones, which is fine because in the OG show they were like morons, kinda sorta. So it's like, they're
Everybody kept making Stannis out to be this badass, and he was like a real idiot. So
yeah. So it's interesting. I'm looking forward for that one. Not gonna lie, there. I'm expecting good shit.
yeah, I never said again. I never thought it was bad. I liked what I saw, but it was just like I just got so sick of the fan base. I just kind of had to step back.
Yeah, that's kind of why I disconnect from fucking Twitter. From that, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Speaking of toxic things in fan bases,
Oh no, what happened, Brandon?
no, the Acolyte trailer dropped.
Yeah. God damn, that's the first trailer I've seen in a long time that has so many dislikes.
I mean, I will admit I saw it and I was like, eh. But it wasn't because of like anything that I disagreed with. It's just this a trailer's designed to get your attention and get you hyped. And this thing did not do that in my brain. It did not hit that moment for me. That's me speaking myself. It's not because of,
right.
oh, it's woke or oh, it's something like that. It's just like, I'm just not feeling it.
I think, you know what I think? And this is a full valid thing. We out Star Wars ourselves.
No, honestly, I'm more waiting for like the second season of Ahsoka. I'm waiting for more Thrawn. I'm waiting for that shit. Like, I don't need this High
You're not-
Republic stuff. I never
you-
really cared about it.
I kind of do, but at the same time, I don't. I don't know. I like Jedi's. Like, I want to see Jedi's do shit.
I think that's my problem with it is like, look, I get it. That is the signature of the franchise. I understand Jedi, cool, and all that stuff. But it's like Superman. It's way overplayed, and it's like you kind of need to dial it back and put some mystique back into him.
Right. Well, we shall see. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna watch it. Or are we kidding?
I mean, I can watch the first. I could be wrong and watch the first episode
Okay.
or something. Look, for every Rise of Skywalker that kind of burns you out and just gets you sick of everything, there's a Mandalorian.
It's just really funny because when I was looking for the X-Men movies on Disney, it's like, you should be watching the new movies of Star Wars. And you should go fuck yourself. I don't want to watch. Maybe the second one, but the first one and the last one can go fuck themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's yeah, because they have the two letters you hate.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
JJ. What Illy really meant to say was,
Yes, thank you, Jesus fucking Christ. He only touches things
So.
and shits on them. Anyway.
yeah.
But yeah, no, right now it's like I said it before, I said it now. Well, on my end, I'm kind of tired of the Star Wars thing. It's like I want something new. I feel like in TV, like, oh, there's Star Wars. Oh, there's The Walking Dead. Wow.
Like I said, I'm looking forward to Ahsoka season 2 if they do that. I'm okay with like that type of stuff, like the Mandalorian Ahsoka. I enjoy those.
Those were pretty good. Those were pretty good because they were different.
Like anything beyond that, like today we were at the store and we saw that Jedi game, and I was like, I can't bring myself to buy it. Like it was cheap, and I'm like, I still can't do it.
No, if you don't feel it, you don't feel it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. It's like I feel like remember back in the day when we were watching the original Star Wars things, and even before we did the prequel trilogy,
Right.
like the Jedi were like this mystique, this like unknown thing, and now everybody kind of knows what a Jedi is, and they're like it's like Jedi are like a common character trait. It's like a ranger in a D&D. It's like everybody plays a ranger at some point.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
That's the problem. It's like I get it, they're cool and all that stuff, and I'm not even knocking it. But it's like I kind of now see why people gravitate towards like Han Solo because it's like this is just getting too much.
I didn't watch that movie because I couldn't see shit.
No, I meant the character. I meant not the
Oh,
movie. I meant the character.
I
Like the
remind.
non-Jedi characters. Or a better movie would be Rogue One. Very light on the
Yeah,
Jedi.
yeah. It was more on let's go fuck them up. I like that one. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was really good, so
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
yeah, always. But no, it is what it is, and I'm indifferent to it. I mean, everybody's like, oh, it sucks. It's like, oh, it's alright, but it's not for me.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly, the way they were talking about it, I thought it was gonna be something more like Sithy or like, maybe underground kind of connecting everything going on with
yeah,
like that.
you were kind of afraid. I was like, are they gonna do this with Palpatine? Is this the fucking Palpatine show? I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't
Well,
look like
honestly,
it.
when I heard about this originally, like, and it was called the Acolyte, I thought it was going to be something set in like the Mandalorian era,
Mhm. Mhm.
where it's like this undercurrent, kind of like building the rise of the Empire back up. Which I was like, okay, that could be really good if done right. But
No.
we're not getting that, so okay,
No. No.
that's fine.
We're getting Jedi's versus Sith from
Something.
Wakanda. Sith from Wakanda? That's what I thought
I don't. I
instantly.
don't. I have no idea.
Yo, it's just that. Well, I don't know if they're Siths, but they have red sabers.
They probably are. I mean, there's things, but it's like they haven't set those up yet. I know where they've done in books somewhat, but it's like they haven't set those up yet, and
I
it's like I doubt they will.
What was it? Somebody was pointed out on the
Mm-hmm.
Twitsters. Is like, oh, the guy that actually does book reviews and shit,
Mm-hmm.
Smitty. That guy pointed out that, to be brutally honest, if they want to do like actual based on novels, most of those novels made by hardcore fans are terrible. They're terrible. It's like, to read that shit, you need to have the Wikipedia to understand what the fuck is going on. It's like,
I would
because,
say the only only writer that I've enjoyed from the Star Wars stuff is Timothy Zahn, but he was also an established sci-fi writer before that.
that's the one from Throne, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I'm talking about the other ones, like
Oh yeah, like the hardcore, yeah, like I think
yeah.
the Aftermath books and stuff like that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you need to be like one of those. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those. But yeah, no,
It's very funny to me how warped the fandom the Star Wars has become because I remember in the 90s. Yes,
Mhm.
It's the 90s show. We made peace with this
Here we
already.
go again.
Yeah, here we go again. Remember they had the expanded universe stuff, and it was kind of like that undercurrent to Star Wars. Like everybody was going to the main movies, and then like if you actually did some deep diving, it was like, oh hey, there's some really cool stuff going on here. And they did like a card game for Star Wars. Do you remember that? I forget what it's called, like Power of the Force or something like
Oh
that.
shit, I know. I don't remember that.
Okay, but anyway, it was like done by Topps, and it had a trading card game. Okay.
Okay.
And then you would see these cards, and it was like that's where I kind of first learned about Mara Jade, who, all those like expanded universe characters that are now kind of like common knowledge.
Okay.
We're starting to get built there,
Hmm.
and the guy that I mentioned, Timothy Zahn, actually like dressed up as the character he wrote for the. That's how DIY we're getting with this shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they got like a model to do Mara Jade and all this stuff, and it's like really weird to see all this stuff happen in the 90s, and we were all like, man, imagine if somebody got the hold of this shit. Imagine if somebody could actually take these ideas and just run with them and film how much money they'd make. And we're seeing that now, and it's like the exact opposite happened.
It's because well, this is just my opinion. We out Star Wars ourselves. Like, I feel like at this point, yeah, I gotcha. Star Wars is big and such. Did you hear about the blue milk, by the way?
The what?
The blue milk.
No.
They're gonna start selling blue milk.
Moving on.
Anyway, but the thing is that everyone, like, right now is what I'm saying. Corporate just grabbed it as like, let's do everything. Let's do fucking everything.
The funny thing is, they did that to Star Wars, and they didn't really do that to Marvel. Like they didn't, you know?
I don't know. I feel like the fandom on Star Wars are different.
Well, that's more of Okay, this is where it kind of gets a little political here.
Oh no.
No, it is what it is here, but I feel like it's a lot of look, it was a lot of white kids that were into Star Wars when we were younger. Not even going to dispute that. And, there's a certain worldview some of those guys have, and it's wrong.
Right.
And they can't wrap their head around that this thing that they built in their heads is this greatest thing ever is now, like, kind of not trying to be that way. And also at the same time, it's very funny to me that the people that they worship are stormtroopers. Like, the ultimate allegory for, faceless control and, like, you don't belong, you are just a cog in the machine, and we have people dressing up as stormtroopers for fun. Like, just wrap your head around that concept. That is the wildest part of this.
You're not talking about that group, right?
I'm talking in general. I'm not doing any group in specific, but it's like a lot of people. Like, there are people that cosplay as stormtroopers, is what I'm saying, but it's like...
Oh, okay.
But, like, the people that do that, I don't know if they sometimes understand. It's like, you do understand that, like, the stormtrooper is the OG bullet sponge, right? Like, these are the guys that were just supposed to take hits and die.
Right.
They're a faceless machine. They're a faceless machine that kind of just exists to get shot.
They also don't know how to shoot.
They also don't know how to shoot, but they also were an extension of an empire that was trying to control and make everything their way. And they stripped you of your individuality by making you look like everybody else. Isn't that some interesting conversation to have to people that don't get their head wrapped around that?
Well, they won't.
They won't.
Oh.
No, and and some of those kind of groups kind of turn it around, like the 501st you were mentioning. I understand that not all of them are like that.
No, they're completely different.
Yeah, some of them are trying to do good things. I'm not hammering those guys. I think they kind of get the joke and they run with it and try and do good with it.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah,
honestly.
But there are some that don't realize that, it's like all these cool things that the Empire does that they think, and I'm like, that's not what you're supposed to be thinking.
Here we are, I guess.
It's a weird, distorted world.
I hate this. I don't want to live in this world anymore. Well.
Let's go to Cybertron. They got giant robots.
Oh, but I'm gonna be a little flea there. No.
Well, if you haven't noticed on the TV shows and shit, the little fleas usually survive more than the robots.
Oh. Do they? I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, realistically, no, we'd be dead. But if we're going to play in Fantasyland...
La La Land. Oh, no. Oh, well. Okay. That was a long talk about the Acolytes, bitching about Star Wars fans, as usual.
No, it's called padding.
It is ridiculous, though.
Yeah, it's more. I don't get it, and I don't think I'm supposed to get it because I don't think that way, and you have to get into a certain mindset to think that way. I get that. Okay, fine. It's like the same people that think Homelander was right. It's really kind of we're in a weird spot when people are agreeing with Homelander from The Boys.
When is that coming out, by the way?
I think it's this year. Yeah.
I want to see that shit. Stress myself again. Good show, though. Good show.
Yeah. It's not anywhere near the comics, but that's not a bad thing either. Because they wouldn't have been... If they did the comics, that would be X-rated.
I want to say... What do we always say? It's based on.
No, I agree. Yeah. But there's enough stuff they've done, and they also kind of changed some things around to where it's like it's its own entity now, and I'm okay with it because it's a living thing story, and you can change it around sometimes and do what it needs to be done.
Right.
Because I think it's like The Boys started out as like trying to make that sort of like story work, and then realizing halfway there's a lot of fucked up political stuff going on that kind of works with this. So let's lean into that instead.
Right.
And it works. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not near as raunchy as the comics.
You have the comics, don't you?
I do not. I kind of stopped reading it, but I mean, I remember reading enough to go, holy shit, how are you going to do this?
Well.
Like, all I'm going to say is the Lemmy episode of South Park pales in comparison to The Boys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember you telling me that. And then I saw kind of the scene. And I'm like, and he's like, and you're like, it's worse than me. I didn't need to know that.
Also,
Thank you.
of another thing, which again, this is not a bad thing. Starfire is like a one blip, or not Starfire. Starlight, is that her name? The blonde one?
The blonde one. Yeah,
Yeah,
Starlight.
she is like a blip on the radar in the comic.
Like she's not important.
She is, because she and Huey do date, but it's like sort of like an undercurrent to everything else happening in that comic. That's how crazy it got. Like, that was like a minor thing. They just kind of, it was like two people meeting in the night, not realizing who the other person is. Like a
Wow.
Romeo and Juliet type thing.
Wow. No.
To the point that the guy that wrote the comic was kind of like, you know, I didn't do that relationship justice, because I didn't realize what I had until I started doing this, and that's why the boys is doing what they're doing now.
Ah, that can make sense.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's like he's like, I could have done this better, and I really should have.
Well, he's doing it. I didn't think it was a bad chemistry there. Like,
Oh no, I think there's a great chemistry.
yeah, it's working. I don't care. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and trust me, the stuff they do to Starlight in that TV show, again, nothing compared to what happened in the comics.
I don't doubt it. I don't want to see that shit. I thank you.
Yeah, there's a reason that it was a blip on the radar. Let's just leave it at that.
Kinda makes sense. Like,
Yeah. All right, so petering back into comics here, our final story of the night.
oh boy. So
Yeah.
disclaimer. Disclaimer. Every time we talk about AI shit, we do hate AI. Proceed.
Oh yeah. I feel like we need. You know what? We should actually do that for a future thing. Like, should we make a disclaimer and just have it speak like a robot? Like, take one of those like those NOAA weather radio voices. Like, disclaimer: Magic Ninja Robot does not endorse or condone use of AI or AI art generation techniques. They're just hating it and talking about why it's bad.
Brandon, you should like just pass me that, and I have an AI robot for that. Because check out the hypocrisy here. That's all. Anyway.
I mean, you know, we've said full disclosure, we use Grammarly, but I mean, we actually use it to help us, not steal stuff.
I forget what the name of the thing that does voiceovers is. 11 or something.
No, well, if we're gonna do that, I would get like the old. So you wouldn't know this, but there was like when we had the weather radios here in Ohio, in the States, like it would be like, "This is NOAA weather radio. You're listening to blah 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 at 1300 megahertz." Like, it was like just the most bland voice ever, and it was so plainly obvious a robot.
Right.
But it was something endearing about it.
I'll do that, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, but I feel like we should get a disclaimer in the future. Todd McFarlane, friends of comic book writers and artists everywhere, provided you're not a real life person and sued him.
Probably.
Yeah, because Neil Gaiman has some words on him, I'm sure.
Oh,
as does a Canadian hockey player, but we're getting off the track here.
Okay, well.
Yeah, basically look him up if you want to know that stuff. He did a thing for Sponuary. I have no idea if it was January or February. I'm not really sure. Okay. Yeah, Sponuary, February. Basically, he held a contest, like, you know, if you guys do art for like this theme of comics, I will make it as a variant in a future Spawn comic. Okay.
Okay.
Kind of put some artists out there, kind of get some free plus and all that. I mean, that's not a bad thing on paper.
No.
Would you agree with that?
No.
Yeah, so but he had like themes, so it was like heroes, villains, all that stuff. Every week had a theme or whatever. So pick your shot.
Okay, I think those are the ones where like let's steal all the ideas.
Well, you're not really wrong, because announced I think it was last week or this week. The story comes from Bleeding Cool, so I mean, if you want to look that up, because it's like I couldn't really find much else on it. And also, in fairness, before we get started, the Bleeding Cool article mentioned that they tried to get a hold of Todd McFarlane a week before they published this, and they haven't heard back from him. So there may be more developing on this. So they had the contest, and one of the winners was this artwork, and it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then they found out that it was by a guy with the screen name Robot 9000.
Ain't that a thing?
Okay.
Okay.
Turns out it's an AI art user, and this AI art user is the real name of Luis Ruiz.
Okay.
I want to get that name out there so people know.
Luis Ruiz?
He regularly posts Ruiz.
Ruiz, so he's fucking Latino.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, he regularly posts images done by AI art on his Instagram, and apparently there is a website that you guys that we can go to mid-January, I think it's called,
Mm-hmm.
or Mid Journey or something like that.
Oh, Mid Journey.
And yeah, apparently several prompts were used that included the artist Ashley Wood, who did some cover work for Spawn comics.
Oh.
They also did the art for some of the Metal Gear Solid like comic adaptions. Like they did some of the art for those too.
Okay.
So I mean, there's a precedent here, but apparently they used that prompt to kind of create the art for the story for the winter contest.
So he stole artworks,
Mm-hmm.
and then he used those stolen artworks and
To
put
win a
it on.
contest with Todd McFarlane.
Oh, ain't that cheating?
So what I'm trying to figure out here is I kind of was trying to find the rules, but I couldn't. So if you guys find it on the chat or if you find it in the future, please let me know. I'd love to know.
Mm-hmm.
I think McFarlane said, do not use AI prompts or anything like that in the contest. And then lets this guy win. So there's the double standard right there.
So how was the I didn't get into the detail of it because usually when it's like contest, it's like because voting. Does that make sense?
I think it was like they picked inside. They picked like internally at the place.
Okay.
Which, if you think Todd McFarlane was actually looking at your stuff, I would take a bet that he didn't. I am very confident that didn't happen. He probably had a panel that he was like, just get handed a bunch of interns, like, pick what you think looks good.
Yeah. Which, it's even more baffling. Because...
Well, I mean, there's probably like a certain thing. They probably had criteria they were looking for like the contest winners. It's like, you need to look for this and this and this. But it's like, McFarlane and some of the bigwigs in that division, that company, were probably not looking at him until maybe they got to the top, like, 15 or 20, I would say.
It's just that, like, usually how those work is that they put, like, a bunch of them and then make people decide what's the best one, and they check out the best ones. If that's the case, if the guy has a bunch of AI bros with him, there's so many of them. There's so many fucking of them that it's like a plague. So
yeah,
that's kind of why I was like, well, that makes sense. But if it's an internally thing, well, are they dumbasses? Like everyone now, if you're an artist, you know you have the keen eye for it. So
yeah, it's like we did last week when we were looking at the Batman comic book of like, is it AI or not AI? And you concluded no.
Oh no, it was just lazy design. Been there.
Yeah.
But it's what I'm saying, like, it'd be weird if they let him actually win. It'd be, why the fuck?
Yeah, that's where a lot of people are like, hold on a moment. Back up here a bit, boss.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get that, but I mean, look, Todd McFarlane, I respect him in one aspect. He does what he does, and in all honesty, he takes care of his family, and he makes sure they're provided for. Right. On those grounds, I have to respect him, because he does do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things he did. Like I said, we mentioned the Neil Gaiman thing. We mentioned him using people's names and kind of creating characters based off of them.
Right.
He's done his fair share of dirty things. I'm not saying he hasn't.
He's not perfect. I get it.
No, but at the same time, like I said, it's one of those, I respect him for the fact of he's just looking after his own, and a lot of people don't realize he's got a lot of money, he's got a lot of things he can do, and he just does his thing and doesn't give a shit. You kind of have to respect that.
For sure. I mean, I understand that, but...
No, but I don't agree with this. I agree there.
Yeah, it's like, everyone else is like busting their fucking asses. Actually doing things, and this guy, well, I'm just gonna put a bunch of props that somebody else did, and I'm gonna make my original shit. Blech. Oh, welcome back, Ghost Gun.
Did you bring some for the show? Did you bring some for the show then?
Please do, because I want churros. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
I didn't know that.
What? I always want churros. I'm Mexican.
Okay.
But no, what I'm trying to say is, like, it's not fair. Like, everyone else has a talent. This guy, the only talent he has is...
Well, I agree with you on he should have done something more unique, because we were talking last week. Imagine somebody took their art and then put it through an AI filter. What could result? Like, that'd be, in my mind, a pass on the AI art thing. Like, if it's your own art and you do it.
Yeah, I guess so. But
no, because we were talking about that. But I mean,
I understand. But
yeah, this guy just aped another person's art and said, "Ah, that's mine."
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, I did that because I mixed it up. It's like, bro, what? Why?
Well, he was showing some pictures of things, and he was like, "Hey, I did this by hand. You know, it's 5 years of like art classes, and we're still. You can use that excuse all you want. It's like if you have a track record of using AI and you don't show, like, it's sort of the ratio. If it's like we're going 1-to-1, if it's 50% AI and 30% your own art that you're kind of like dictating, your majority AI art. You can do all the art yourself that you want. If your majority of your stuff is AI, it doesn't count.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I have no, I out said everything that I need to say about.
Yeah, no, I can see that, but that's the problem. A lot of Ghost Hand says the least egregious way is paying artists to create the database in which your model is being trained. 100%.
Yeah, that's
So
not
when other
actually.
companies start doing that, then I will give them a pass because they're not.
No, they're pretty much taking arts from everyone else that they don't know, and it's like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
that being said, I feel like every AI anime artwork they do looks exactly the same. Who are they stealing from? Because it's the same fucking one. Unless it's like redoing the same thing. I don't know. Fucking clue. It's just ridiculous.
Sort of like the definition of insanity playing out in art form.
Yeah, like a while ago, I remember this dude. There's like, oh, you do get better. You do get better. Like, I am practicing. Is like, everyone's like, you're just typing, my man. Oh no, look, I did this Supergirl. Like, what the hell? Like, look, I'm gonna do it better. It's like, it took me a day or two to start doing. Like, bro, no, that's not how it works.
So here's the thing with the writing argument.
Mhm.
I argue that there are people who can paint whole pictures with their words. But there's one difference here. It's not done through an AI prompt. It's done through a novel. It's done through writing. You can paint all you want in a writer's canvas with words. You know this. You've done it. But it's like these people, like, they want to just make it. It's like I'm going to plug in a bunch of search queries and that's art. That's not paint. That's not writing. Writing to me is to paint. It's just maybe you're not as talented at drawing with a pencil, but you can see things and you're trying to explain it through words. That's not to say that it's not art. It's a different avenue to it, and you're leaving the person to paint with what you give them.
Right. I'm gonna read what goes.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He said, "Porn artist." I'm not joking. The anime AI models look really close to some smut artists. Not that I would know about that. No, nobody knows that. Don't worry about it. that.
I mean, to be fair, we have a smut artist on the channel right now.
Hello. Hi. But what I'm trying to say, like,
Dominant One's coming soon to Substack.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Anyway, sorry.
It is bad. Like, it's just that I have no more words for it.
I agree. Yeah, it's just
Like, I feel every day I'm more disappointed in people, and it's because it's like that guy that never had a talent for anything, bro. Have you seen PewDiePie? PewDiePie, the last 200 fucking days, he's been trying to get better in drawing, and guess what? He got really better at drawing.
And you hate admitting that.
No. I was like,
I meant about PewDiePie.
Oh, no. I am never. Look, I used to give out classes, and that is legit my law. Like, if you can draw a fucking circle and a fucking line, you can fucking draw whatever the fuck you want, because that is the basic of any artwork.
The thing with that is, and your rule is not wrong. I agree with you. And I apply that. You can apply that to almost anything. Like, when you do anything, if you just work at it, you'll get better at it.
It's called
It's
practice.
like everybody always, But it's like, we'll use fighting games as an example here. Everybody sees all those things that happen. It's like, that's too much for me. I don't understand it. And I'm like, you don't want to learn. If you wanted to actually do this, you'd learn. No, you're going to use the simple controls, play for a month, and then walk away. Which is fine. Get the hell out of my area.
It's what I was going to say, because it applies to also with y'all. That's like, there's always an easier way of doing things. And that's fine, I guess.
Well, he actually did share with the class. What do you know?
What?
Check the Discord.
Did he?
Which, if you're not on the Discord already, you can join us there for that.
Where is it? On the lobby?
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh my god, he actually sent churros. That's awesome.
That is why he's OG, ladies and gentlemen.
I love him. Thank you for the picture of churros, I guess.
At least he didn't ship them. They would have not lasted. So, I mean, at least we got him that.
No, I don't want.
They wouldn't make it past customs. It's like, well, you just wasted money. And the guy's like,
don't-
oh, we're talking about.
I don't want a week old fucking churro. Anyway, the oh my god, is he still sending pictures?
Mhm.
Oh my god, he sent is that empanadas?
And
Anyway,
pastries, yeah.
yeah. No, but well, going back to the thing. Oh, I got lost. Stupid churros, Brandon.
Hmm.
Yeah. Look, don't. I'm okay with anyone that wants to try and be better at things.
I agree.
Like, anyone can fucking. There's talent. Everywhere is talent. There's always gonna be talent. It's just a matter of like taking it out. And if you want to work on it, guess what? You're gonna get to it. Like
Yeah.
it's like me. I'm not really good at fighting games, but I try.
You
Right?
do better than you think.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I
She
don't
has
know.
not gone through the branded school of hate yet, but that's
No.
her choice, not mine.
I don't wanna. I love you. I don't wanna.
No, I meant like, it's like
No.
I've said before, I will train people, and it's like if you actually saw me teach karate at one point, it was like it's like a fucking gulag experience. I have
Eh.
students that are probably like, I still remember one of my students. It's like, look, I know I could be a little hard on you guys, and they just looked at the class like little.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like from a perspective from a teacher, I always get really proud of people that is like, you know what, I tried it like this, I'm gonna get better, and they keep on doing it. It's like, yo, that's the only way that to get better at anything is work your ass on it. And from basics. Basic is best. Start with a
Yeah,
pencil.
The best
So-
reward you can honestly give somebody that teaches you,
Mhm.
and anybody that actually does give a shit will say this,
Mhm.
is if you surpass them.
Oh yeah.
That is the
100%.
ultimate reward for a teacher, because it's like, if you're better than us, then we did right.
100% there. 100%.
Yeah. Like, again, when I was teaching, it was like I always taught my students to be better than me, because I knew my flaws and all that, and I knew what I needed to work on. And I'm like, I don't want you guys to have this annoyance, so I'm going to teach you to be better than me. And
That's
most
the way.
of them turned out better.
That is the way.
Hmm.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, teaching is a sacrificial art.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. It's not like, oh, we're sacrificing. No, it's like, we know our flaws and we don't want people to repeat them, so we want you to be better. So you kind
Right.
of sacrifice things to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%.
that's how I always view it.
But back to the AI bros. No, bros is like
Oh, by the way, if you're an AI bro on Twitter, no, we're not going to share our shit with you. Could you just stop sending those messages, please?
they still are stealing shit. It's like
Yeah.
I doubt that they're gonna steal mine. That it's not really good art. It's like it's okay, I guess, but nobody's gonna want to.
You sell yourself short.
They're not gonna recopy this shit. And the day that I see that is like, well, son of a bitch,
I have arrived.
I arrived. Now take my gun because I'm gonna fucking give bullets away.
Now let me get my husband to start tracking them down so I can hurt them.
Yeah, I need to hurt them physically. Very physically.
We're going to Liam Neeson the hell out of them. We're just
Oh,
going to send a phone call.
yeah.
We're gonna send a phone call. I was like, I don't know who you are or where you're from or what you are, but I have a particular set of skills, and I will use them, and I will find you, and I will kill you.
I legit do, though. I legit do.
This is actually this is the sound that they know they're actually going to be in trouble at that point. When they hear this, they know they're fucked.
They'd be screaming, though.
Yeah. That will be the scream, yeah.
I know.
It wouldn't be that bad if it was just reference material, but no, those guys post it raw and act like it is a masterpiece.
Yes! It pisses me the fuck out. It's like, check your fucking things. It's like, look,
It's like those people that's like they take pictures of themselves and they forget to like flush the toilet or something like that in the picture.
Yeah, I've always thought like, what's wrong with them? Are you okay in the brain? You're probably not okay.
Now, my first thought is if you're taking a selfie in a bathroom, we need to stop right there. Not even the selfie. Doing it in the bathroom, we need to take a moment and go, stop. Stop. Whatever you're doing in life, it's not working. You're taking a selfie in a bathroom. Stop. Get out of the bathroom and take the selfie. Less damage control.
Yeah, you don't know if you poop there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the wild times in the internet. They're still there, man, but it's like, why? Why is there always poop on the toilet? Why? So bad. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Or like those people that's like they're trying to act like they got all this money and you just see like they just literally rented an Airbnb and their luggage is in the middle of the fucking scene.
And like, what was that? Was that the guy like a couple of weeks ago that's like, oh yeah, I'm like in my fucking car and whatever, and like turns out that it was an Uber. It's like, oh yeah, look at my super apartment. It's a fucking Airbnb. It's like, bro.
No, Stan, it gets legit boring after a while. I tried for a while with the Bing model, and the lack of attachment just makes it uninteresting after the first 30 Neverty prompts.
I think I would have liked, because I suck at backgrounds, but I started working on backgrounds. It's like
Much like you said, you can get better.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I use them, but like it's really funny what I do. Like, let's say I do one, and then based on that one, I work over that one. So it's like it's me. It's just that I use the base. That's just
It's like putting paint on a wall. It eventually gets like 90 times thick because you just keep applying it to the same spot over and over.
Because I'm terrible at doing backgrounds, but that doesn't really like this background here. I did it all by myself. I didn't need anyone.
Yeah.
I only used like the chairs because the chairs are 3D. And then I drew over them because I'm bad at that. But the rest of the stuff is mine. So it's
the old girl. She worked overtime this year, I feel like, because of everything that happened. We had to kind of come back here because we had to send the U-Hauls back, for the U-Haul cubes back.
Yeah.
But I feel like we kind of need to start, like, and this is just me spitballing here, but we kind of need to start, like, rebuilding that other studio that we were working on.
Yeah, I need to start doing that because this, I like this one. I like it because it's cozy.
Oh, this is great. That's a great utility, but it's like, it's running its course, if it will. And I don't mean that as an insult. It's like, let's give the old girl a retirement.
Yeah, it helped us out.
Like emergency sessions only, or, recording booth stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
We need a refresh on our end, too, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I actually used my model the last time that I streamed, and I think I'm okay. I'm being an older woman. So.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're gonna do with mine yet. It's like how do you just basically swap out black shirt for black shirt? What do you update it with?
I kind of need to change the model. That's all.
Yeah.
That is all.
Yeah. Not the end of the world, but it's more. It's like what do we do to make it different?
Poses. Lots of poses. Anyway.
More poses than what I do in real life.
Well, you only sit there and bitch, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think what your plan is, like, we're eventually going to have Brandon doing, like, Super Sentai poses. Like, he's just going to suddenly start doing, like, crazy poses in the middle of the show and turn into a Power Ranger somewhere in the middle of the thing.
Holy crap. Oh, okay. Give me a second because I have a lefty in the desk. Step by way.
Okay.
Sorry. The cat was, like, on the top.
Lefty is always, Lefty's always doing things like that.
Yeah, I know. She never does this. And then she's like, oh, I want to be in the computer. Why? Hey, you're not paying attention to me. Meow.
Wants to be on the show.
Yeah, she was. She does. The little fucked up one. My favorite.
All right. Well, we're getting towards the end of the show here. So, are you doing anything this week? I don't even know what the hell I'm doing at this point.
I'm existing this week. But I don't want to say, like, because I feel like in this couple of weeks I've said, like, oh, I'm going to do this, and I don't.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, yeah.
I'm supposed to be resting on Tuesday, I think. But I'm not sure.
What we're basically saying is, we're going to stream at some point, we just don't know when yet.
100%.
We're definitely doing the Saturday show. That's going to happen. That's not even an issue. We're definitely going to be here on Saturday.
Saturdays, I don't give a shit. Rain, thunder, spoiler. We'll be here. It's
I think the only thing that stops us from doing the shows on Saturdays is in-laws.
Yeah, and they're not coming till like June.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's not that we are not wanting to do streams. Life happens, and I've been under a lot. I haven't been under stress, but I've been under stress. If that makes sense.
You have been under stress again. I
Yeah.
feel like every sort of season changes, like something happens in that place. So.
Well, this one was not really the fault of anybody on that one. It was just a really dumb thing that happened.
Hell of a thing, Texas.
Well, actually, that being said, there may be hope, but that's neither here nor there.
That sucks.
Yeah, no, it's no bad things happened. It was just a really stupid document thing happened, and it's what's causing trouble right now.
I gotcha. Well, the fact of the matter is that I got no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah, we might try and stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have like spare time this week, but I'm not sure because I don't know. Like this, like was like, oh, I'm gonna be out at this time, noon. I mean, oh, okay, I'm not.
Also, we actually found an old camera we had sitting here.
Yes.
For the house, like and trying to get a tripod. Might be doing the fabled exclusive YouTube content.
Right.
We were talking about doing some stuff with that, so I just need to kind of sit down. That's what I forgot to look at Target today. I was going to look for those, see if they had anything there.
I was kind of thinking of doing my movie reviews again, but I want them short and sweet, not crazy and insane.
Yeah. Mine would be, look, I have a bunch of action figures and toys and all that stuff, and hey, people like seeing that shit.
Right. That's just, I feel like we need to go back to the basics again, because it's around that time that we can do that.
Yeah.
I don't have any problems with doing what we still are doing, but it'd be good for us to experiment once again, as it is on the Magic Ninja Robot channel. We experiment. That's what we are.
Yeah.
So
we are chaotic. I mean, I'm the director of the chaos, and apparently I'm mage at some point, from what I'm learning.
Yeah, chaos magic. He does apply it. It's insane.
I don't even. The sad thing is, I'm not even trying to do it.
But I want to do that. I want to rant a bit, and I really enjoy doing video editing. So that'd be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
about
but
you.
it's just I have a whole bunch of shit sitting here that I can use to exploit for like YouTube videos I should be using.
Right. Oh, before we finish,
yes.
I had like a stupid question for you.
Okay.
Because I was kind of curious, not gonna lie there.
All right.
So a bunch of the kids from work were asking me, so because you were bitching about Final Fantasy VII, if you want to play a Final Fantasy, doesn't matter what fucking one, but you're a kid from you're a younger kid, you're in your 20s, let's say. What game would you recommend to start off? Because he was telling me, like, so if I play like whatever, would it change anything? I mean, to be perfectly honest, every fucking number of game, it's its own fucking thing.
It's different.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
All right, let's do this. I will give my answer. However, anybody that's on the chat right now, I open this question to you as well, because we can get a very good straw poll going here.
Yeah, that'd be
so if you guys have a thought on this, for modern aesthetics and just because of the weight of the thing, I honestly would recommend Final Fantasy VII Remake. It tells a story. If it finishes up at the end, you don't need to get the sequel unless you want to. The gameplay is tight. It's very focused. You kind of don't have a lot of side stuff. And you can do turn-based or you can do like real-time. It's a lot of variety to that, and it introduces some dynamic characters. And it kind of is about as neutral of a palette as you could get for a Final Fantasy VII game.
Okay.
So I would recommend Final Fantasy VII Remake myself.
Okay. You know what I told him?
So,
but go ahead. Go ahead. You're still thinking.
Oh. Play the best one, Chrono Trigger. That's a good answer.
Yeah, well.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer, bro. But I was more asking for a Final Fantasy, not the type of game of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but you want like an. So you're more like, what is a good RPG?
Oh yeah, no. An RPG is a whole fucking monster of options. But no,
That's down to preference at that point.
Yeah, no. This is specifically he asked for a Final Fantasy.
For a Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I would say for just ease of relating on modern sensibilities, I would recommend Remake. It's also the
Definitely.
easiest to get, most likely.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go old school, I would even recommend. I forget which. So my Final Fantasy knowledge is a little bare on this. I will not.
Okay.
I am not the biggest Final Fantasy guy. The one for the Super Nintendo that was like that steampunk medieval mecha vibe hybrid thing.
Probably 3 or
Do you remember what I'm talking about? It was like, I think it's Final Fantasy, I think it's Final Fantasy 3 in the States, but I don't know the actual, official, since we're now sacred timelining Final Fantasy.
I think it's 5.
I don't know what the official one is.
I think it's 5.
Something like that. I would recommend that one because it introduces a lot of characters and a lot of dynamic story beats that, if you're going for a good story.
That was tight, yeah. It's 6? Okay, yeah, okay. That was for 1. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I couldn't really... Like, if you're going for story, I would say that one, it's like, will engross you. And it's not to say Final Fantasy VII or its remake will not engross you in their story. But if you're going to go ease them into it, I would go with something modern. And then if they want to go deep cut, I would go to 6.
Okay. I told him 2 games, though. And he looked at me like, it really depends, I said. Any fucking game, you can sit on it and you'll like it. You don't have to have a continuation, right?
Yes.
And I told him you can play 10 from the PlayStation 2 because that's honestly it's very close knit. Does that make sense? In my opinion, I thought it was fun.
Okay.
It's like the classic ones and whatever. 8, yes, 8. It's pretty decent.
You just made Illy happy. You just made Illy happy in more ways than
you
you understand.
You have no idea how happy that makes me. But I told him, I feel like you're more of a Call of Duty idiot. Play an online one. Play a Final Fantasy online.
Well, if you're gonna do that, I would even say if you want to do something like that. No, you know what? No, I don't want to say it because it's like I feel like I'm still going with 7 on that one.
Okay.
Just have to warn people about the levels of bigotry Waka gets in 10.
Yeah. But honestly, I just thought if you just want to play an adventure game and get your toes diggly.
So a little coda to what you were saying. Remember when we first started doing the show back in the day, and I had the pick a video game that you must play before you die. It's like these are one of the games that you can. And I asked somebody about that at work one time, and they brought up a very interesting choice. And I don't think I'm the Call of Duty dumb. Nah, you're fine, man.
No, you're cool.
I asked them that, and they said, my game choice would be Horizon Zero Dawn because you get a nice tight story, you get good gameplay, it's engrossing, and it's like if you don't have a lot of time to live, that can kind of just carry everything, and you're good. You kind of wrap up everything quickly, and you get a beginning, middle, and end.
Okay.
So when we do these types of game things like I kind of factor that in. That's why I said the remake because it's probably going to be the most easy entry game for a Final Fantasy fan right now that's just starting out.
Right. It has everything, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. You're right. You're not wrong. You're right. There was another one though.
Kingdom Hearts 2 one last time, huh? Ghost Dad says if I want to die, I want to play Kingdom Hearts 2 one last time.
I can't play that shit. I can't. I played the first one. The first one is great. But anyway, fuck. There was one that you played, but I don't remember which one it was. Fuck.
Can you give me a description?
Do we? I don't think we have it. It's not the one with the big bunny girl. It's not that one.
Bayonetta?
No, I'm talking about Final Fantasy. Probably is.
Oh. We have 12. We have 15. I'm thinking of what games I have here at the moment. We have the remake.
You know what? 12 is not bad now that I think about it. 12?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking about, but I was like, I don't know if the graphics are going to make people want to... There's a lot of also lore that you have to drop into that person in a second on that one. That's from the Tactics universe, and you have a lot of lore you're dropping on a person in minutes. That could be overwhelming.
Oh yeah. But that's not a bad game though. It's like,
It's not, but it's like if you're gonna entry game people, I would say that's gonna be a very hard sell.
yeah, no. I told him the thing with Final Fantasy games is that, oh no, you like stories? Buckle up, bitch, because that's what it is.
Depends on the
Stories.
game, but yes.
But most of it is like, if you like stories, this is the thing. And that's kind of why I said, like, a Final Fantasy Online for you, it'd be okay because it's more casual. Because, yeah, well, that's my opinion.
Okay, no, that's not bad. But it's like, I kind of was thinking about this just a moment ago, but it's like, sadly, we lost Akira Toriyama, obviously.
Yes.
And before he died, we were hearing rumblings that there might be a remake of Chrono Trigger.
Oh, no, for sure there's going to be a fucking Chrono Trigger.
So here's the question I have for you then.
What?
If Akira Toriyama's not here to help with it, is it worth doing?
I don't know.
Can't be worse than a Final Fantasy 13 Chapter 3. Please care about lightning, please. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I forgot the lightning games, yeah.
Oh, nobody cares about that. You care for that? I'm so sorry. I remember that as like, oh, it looks pretty stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. But it is pretty stupid. I didn't hear anything good about that one, though.
I know people that were trying to make we're trying. It's like, I knew people that are like diehard Final Fantasy fans. And it was like, I'm trying here, man. I'm trying. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's like when you see like a movie that is just absolute shit, but you can't bring yourself to say it, but you're trying to defend it.
It's like my favorite Final Fantasy is not 8. And I always bring it up. So I'm just not going to mention it.
Look, my first Final Fantasy, all populars, like from beginning to end, my first Final Fantasy was 15. Come at me. I don't care. I liked it.
Yeah,
I'll throw myself under the bus.
I was surprised that you finished it. It's like, oh my god, that was such a good game. I mean, fuck.
It hit me in the feels in a weird way. I'm not even going to say why. It's just there was a lot of things that happened that it's just sort of... That being said, also, I always liked the fact that we had, like, the main villain was essentially dressed like Tom Baker 90% of the time. That amused me.
What?
Arden, or whatever his name was. Like, remember the guy that was in the Kingsglaive movie that had, like, the hat and, like, had the long coat?
Yeah!
That's the villain!
You said the main character.
No, well, he's, like, the main antagonist.
Oh, okay. It's like, I don't remember him.
Yeah, but no, he's like he's the main antagonist, and it's like, I'm slowly like, I am going to kill you. I'm going to take everything back. Would you like a jelly, baby?
No, look, we all have our own perks, and I feel like a lot of the games that I used to like, I go back to them as like, this is not good. Why? I would still like to look it up and buy a PlayStation 2, play it, and say, well, this was shit, but this is my shit. It's not your shit.
Well, all I'm going to say on that one is, when we get back up north and we get to the electronic mecca, we might be able to acquire that.
I'm getting Silent Hill 4, for fuck's sakes. My own copy of Silent Hill 4.
I mean, in all fairness, if we go to that place, you got about an hour to kill, because it's like, oh, you're back. Well, you haven't seen you in 3 years. Do you got a shopping cart? Why? CDs. What are you talking about? I just need the shopping cart. And you're just sitting there like, look, we're going to be here for a bit, so...
Every time we went, there was an hour or two. An hour or two. Right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
I spent less than $20 every time.
Every time I got shit that is like, well, I never thought that I was going to get this shit. And I got that shit. So it's like, God, please, make everything work right. I want to go back to paradise. I want to go back to my happy place with hot dogs. Well, no, there's no
I was explaining to somebody today about because we were talking about like hot dogs or something. I was explaining to them about like the ones we had up there, and I'm like, I miss those hot dogs.
Oh god, I miss those hot dogs. They were so good. We didn't know what we had till we lost.
Me on my way to look out for a physical copy of Crash Twinsanity. Honestly, there's a chance I could probably find it for you when you get back up there.
Once we go there, we're gonna take pictures and show y'all, because that is just paradise.
I call if you know what Mecca is to like the Muslim faith, I call this place the electronic Mecca for a reason.
It's just I remember going there. My brother died a little when he knew that there was a place like that, and because it's so far away, he can't take shit. It's like because of the flight and
Which is
such.
good for his wallet.
It's good for his wallet. It's bad for mine. I'm just gonna say
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, and then they moved to a bigger location. And it's like we have more shit now, and I'm like, how do I make this work? It's like, how do
God.
I get storage for this?
I hate it. I hated that. Oh well. Well, look, whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's the only place I know of that's like your father was looking for a Betamax. That's the place I called, and that's why I knew we had a problem because they were like,
What is
what the hell's
that?
a Betamax?
Oh my god.
Like,
Anyway.
never in my life, they have, like, the craziest shit. HD DVDs, they got them. A-Track, they got them. Cassettes, singles, done. I tell them Betamax, and that's the first time I ever heard anybody from that store literally go, I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you please describe it to me?
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember they had magazines from the olden days that they had stuff from Magic Knight Raider. They had the VHSs from Magic Knight Raider. I almost died when I saw that.
And then they started having, like, they had anime there, like your deep cut anime.
They had, like, I still have, like, what the fuck? They had a figure of the Dark Sailor Moon that appeared in one fucking episode, and I don't know why Figure Art said, we're gonna do that fucking figure because fuck you guys, that's why. And it was sitting there. It's like, what the fuck? It's like one chapter, one episode from who fucking knows what season, and it's there. It's like, well, okay.
Oh, repaints. They learned it from Hasbro.
I don't know what it was. Probably a repaint, but it's like, why do you sell that shit? You know what I mean? It's just
Or like my physical DVD copy of Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam that I got from there. How did I get it, you ask? I literally walked over there and they're like, hey, we can put that on hold for you if you gotta think about it. And next day I went and bought it.
God bless. God bless.
Yeah, I remember the girl I was dating at the time like, oh, you did get that. Good. I was wondering if you're gonna get that.
Oh well, I got a lot
Yeah.
of anime from there. It's like Jesus.
All right, well, we're waxing pontificating here, so I
Damn,
think we're
I
about
didn't
ready
see
to
the
wrap up.
time. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Thank you everybody for listening to this ramble, and if you guys like what you heard, please consider giving us a follow. It's always appreciated and it helps us grow. Thank you for Ghost Hand for hanging out at the end. Thanks for Rockagoth. Remember, check out In the Basement with Rockagoth. New episodes every Friday as of right now. Yaro Man, long time no see. Want to see you again more often. Thanks for hanging out. And
So
got anything you want to say,
Mario
Ellie?
Kart. I promise I'm going to the Mario Kart tournaments with him because I forget those exist. He does them every Saturday, so I might as well join one of these times.
Might as well. Let's see here. We got enough people. I would like to do a raid if possible, if you guys would be kind enough to help out. Let's see who we got here we can raid to. It's been a bit since Magic Ninja's done a raid.
It's been a while
If
since
it'll
we
let
had
me.
people, bruh. Right.
It's not letting me raid for some reason. I'm trying to click
well.
on it. Hang on. I just got to MacGyver this.
Thank you, Ghost Hand, really, for passing by as always, and thank you for sharing the picture of the churros and the kitty.
Wow, my thing is suddenly not working at all. That's weird.
Well, maybe it's not the night, love.
I guess not.
Oh well.
All right. Hey, let me try one thing here because I'm on the back. Maybe I just need to reload it. I'm trying here, guys. If I can't do it on this one, I won't do it. All right, yay, we can raid. Okay, so who do we got here? Who are we gonna raid? Ah, you know what? They got a tournament tomorrow night. Let's go check out Lively Luna.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. If you guys like what you heard, please consider following. If you're hearing this on YouTube, please subscribe. And we will see you all next week for more madness and fun here on Magic Ninja Robot. And starting to raid now. Good night, everybody.
Nighty-night.
And it's going to take like 6 seconds here.
Definitely hell, bro.
And raiding. All right, we're out. Okay, let me get over there.
I'll disconnect.